What's going on, people? Welcome to United View and welcome to the road trip for Man United's game against Arsenal at Old Trafford. Listen, buckle up. Buckle up. This could get messy. Yeah? Don't need to buckle up yet. I haven't actually left yet. But you get my drift on this, man. This is like, I don't know. On one hand, yeah, we've got a depleted squad. We've had injuries all season. We've been getting licks left, right and centre. Battered off Palace. And, you know, the type of team we're going to have to put out today at the back with Casemiro and Johnny Evans, which is what it looks like, unless there's a trick up Erik Ten Hag's sleeve, etc., etc. You're thinking it's a massacre. There's no way that this Man United team can do anything today with how this Arsenal team's playing, with how many goals they've been scoring, with how good they've been this season. Of course, you know, Man City won yesterday 4-0 against Fulham, so Arsenal know their assignment, which they've known. They've been knowing, like, every single game. They've been keeping up with City, so it is what it is. But on the other hand, it's Old Trafford. There's no way the Man United players could play that bad 2 games in a row. You know, well, it'd be more than 2 games in a row, but you get what I'm saying. Like, a heavy defeat against Palace should surely spark a massive reaction at home against one of our Premier League sort of, you know, nemesis, you know, in Arsenal. Surely they will find some passion. Surely the crowd will lift us. And you talk about us playing at home against the Big Six, or traditional Big Six, whatever you want to call it. You know, I think we lost against Man City, but, you know, Spurs didn't lose. Liverpool didn't lose. Who else has there been? Brighton. Won't talk about that. You know, who else? Aston Villa didn't lose, came back and won. West Ham won. But what I'm saying is the better teams at home, even though it's been a horrendous season, haven't always resulted in losses. So that's where people are probably right to say, you know what? It can always happen. It could always happen. You know, Liverpool thought they would rock up at Everton and just win in their title race. It didn't happen. So, look, there are things that can happen in this game, but buckle up. It could be messy. Like, Arsenal could either feast on us 3, 4, 5-0, or Man United can have a little bit of decorum and a little bit of, you know, dignity and put in a performance that, you know, could hold Arsenal. But I'm worried for this game. I've been worried for it the whole time. You guys know that. Because it's about confidence, isn't it, really? And we have none. And it's about quality, and we've had none all this season. Erik Ten Hag has come out swinging, you know, in the comments in his post-match presser. I think one of the interviews he done with MUTV in the lead up to this game, or one of the outlets anyway. But I've seen the quotes. And he said about the people who want him sacked, he goes, I've seen the comments. They're either people who know nothing about football, yeah, or anything. They don't know anything about managing. Yeah, I know why we've been rubbish, basically, is what he's saying. He's been very, very bullish in these last few weeks. Almost like I don't know, like now with the second bit of quotes, it's almost like he's just saying his injuries thing's so strong. So he's like, listen, I know why we've been rubbish, but anyone who knows football and these people who make decisions, like, it's only because of the injuries. So watch when I get my players next season, I'm going to have the last and I'm going to turn this around, which is refreshing. Some people will call it deluded. Some people will say this is his problem. He don't know nothing. But he's saying, you know, everyone else is calm. Like, we know, like, how many injuries we've had and we're going to be fine. However, in today's game, I don't know how it helps us because you've got to talk about players that are back. Actually, to be fair, let me take that back. There's a bit of things that can help us today. Rashford's supposed to be back. Bruno's supposed to be back. And McTominay's supposed to be back. In terms of the back four, we know that Lisandro Martinez wanted to play, but it's too early. So there wasn't any update on Victor Lindelof or Raphael Varane. We know Maguire's out. Willy Camboila, no one even mentioned him, so he's not going to play. So you're assuming by that the 2 centre-backs are going to have to be Casemiro and Evans again. And Evans is, you know, what, 80% fit. So, you know, bless him. But has Erik Ten Hag got a trick up his sleeve? I mean, look, if McTominay's fit, my argument was just play him centre-back. Just we need someone more mobile there. We just saw what happened against Crystal Palace, against Mateta, Elise and Eze and them man there, yeah. Look what they did to poor old Casemiro, mate. If we play him against Arsenal at centre-half, ruined. 5-0 settings, instant. So just play Scott McTominay there. He can play there. He's done it for Scotland before. He's more mobile. He can win more duels. It wouldn't be perfect. It would not be perfect, and he hasn't really played in a while. So him coming back off injury and just going in at centre-half against Arsenal is a big ask as well. So whoever plays there is going to have problems, but my argument was play McTominay there. But then you go, but if McTominay's fit, which apparently he is, and he must start, he can get us a goal. That's what he does, isn't it? Especially in the big games, he can get forward, he can get you a goal. And really what you do is you play him further forward and you say, well, you play just behind the striker because Højlund's not going to get a kick, let's be honest. You know, and when we have the ball, you go forward and be the most advanced midfielder, which is what tends to happen when McTominay plays, because that's his best role. And Bruno drops slightly deeper alongside Kobbie Mainoo. But again, that worries you, doesn't it? I mean, our midfield, no matter who we put out there, is going to have holes in it. We're going to concede 17 shots like we do every single game. And the build-up play is not gonna work. That's what's been happening all year. And Ten Hag's putting that down to injuries, and that hasn't eased. So I'm not expecting to see anything different. But in terms of individuals, McTominay can get you a goal. I wouldn't even play Casemiro at all with how bad he's been. But Erik Ten Hag's not going to do that. I think he's going to keep faith in him, whether it's in central midfield or it's at centre-back, because there's just been too many players out. It's not like he can throw in a Mason Mount. You know, he can't do that. Eriksen, what's he going to do? Amrabat, some people have said just play Amrabat centre-half. I don't know, but that's why I'm saying there's big trouble. Look, all I will say is this. The longer the game can go 0-0, yeah, I know these are cliches here, real Michael Owen stuff, big up Michael Owen. The longer the game's 0-0, the better chance we have. And if we don't concede first, I know we came back against Liverpool, but it's different against Arsenal. They're too good. As long as we don't concede first, we got a chance. And the better individuals we have on the pitch, the better chance we have. Rashford, look, listen, he's been terrible. We know this. He's been terrible, but he scores in these big games, or usually does something. You know, he has this season as well. You look at the goal against City. I'm not saying these things make us win the game, by the way. I'm just saying of how he plays individually, like individual moments of brilliance or something. Arsenal at the Emirates earlier on in the season, you know, Skins, Partey, wasn't it, and Ben White or whatever, scores from distance. You know, this year at the Etihad, look what he did. Look against Liverpool in the FA Cup game. Look, took him loads of chances to score, but ended up scoring. He didn't score against Spurs, did he? I don't know if he scored against Chelsea, but you get my drift. So, look, we need individuals. We need individuals. In terms of the league table, I mean, look, it's starting to turn really, really quickly. You know, it's all going well for Chelsea now. You know, Matisse and all the Chelsea fans are up Poch's backside. He's the best thing since sliced bread. He wanted them all out before. And, you know, a little purple patch similar to the sort of thing that we was doing. Nicholas Jackson doing what Marcus Rashford did, scoring loads of goals in a condensed period. And now he's the homecoming. But, you know, they've got Reece James. But things have changed. So they've leapfrogged us and they are like just straight above us. Newcastle drew, you know, so make of that what you will. Tottenham won. But the league table is going to shape up for us as we know it will. You know, in the next 3 games, we're in big trouble, big trouble. So we're gonna I'm not at peace with that because it's disgusting. But everything's for the cup final. That's what we got to play for. Everything is for the cup final. So the league is going to be embarrassing. We're going to finish below the likes of Newcastle, the likes of Chelsea, and who else? That's just obviously Spurs and Villa. That's just what it's going to be. But the pressure's mounting. If we take a bad loss, and I know Ten Hag's come out fighting and stuff, but the tide can turn even more and even more quickly, especially in the high-profile games. But Man United have showed us in the high-profile games that, you know, sometimes they do all right. That's all I will say. If we do win this game, I will be unbearable to the people that I need to be unbearable to. Not the wider community, just the individuals. If we do nick a draw from this game, again, I'll be unbearable to... Again, the individuals, not overall. That's just on a personal to have some fun near the end of the season. But let's face it, if we get licks like I think we probably will, it's going to be peak tomorrow, man. It's going to be peak. So, like I said, guys, buckle up, yeah? Strap yourselves in. This could get messy. Get your predictions in the score. Get your predictions in the chat. Get your team news in the chat. Remember, full the match view with Owen and KG pre-match and during the game. And I'll obviously be at Old Trafford with a lot of analysis, a lot of gathering the thoughts of obviously the Arsenal guys and ourselves. Please, man, please. Take care. Peace.